May is National Osteoporosis Month. Studies have shown that osteoporosis is a childhood disease with adult implications. That's why it's so important to drink milk and eat nutrient-rich foods from an early age.
The director of sports nutrition at the University of Virginia and dietitian Randy Bird is here with a few examples of healthy foods that you can include in your diet. Randy, I was going to ask you about the football team because I know you work with them. We'll get to them later. Let's start down there with this really good stuff you brought in for us.
Thank you very much. As you said, May is Osteoporosis Awareness Month, and I just want to bring attention to appropriate nutrition to promote Bone-Gevity.
Bone-Gevity.
Bone-Gevity. It's a term for building bones for a lifetime. So foods that are rich in calcium, like milk. We have chocolate milk here, as you're talking about sports, great recovery product for after athletics, and especially that dance team, that step team that just went.
Did you bring enough for them?
Perfect for them.
Yeah.
But calcium is the base for your bones. But besides just calcium, we need vitamin D, we need phosphorus, we need protein. So the foods I brought have all of that in it. So some of that, dairy, like Greek yogurt, perfect combination of nutrients.
Very high in protein.
High in protein, high in calcium. It also has that vitamin D we need.
If we're not going to get out in the sunshine.
Correct.
And it's tasty.
It is tasty, but with the sunshine, so many people protect their skins with sunscreen. That blocks vitamin D conversion. So we can't get it from the sun if we're using sunscreen. So that's why we need to have foods like salmon. Wild salmon is another excellent option from a vitamin D standpoint.
Oh, okay.
So you got some green leafy stuff over there too, and we all...
That's spinach, Bill.
I know what it is.
I know.
I'm used to seeing it in a bowl with some dressing on it, but I know what it is. They say the darker the color, the better.
That is absolutely true. The darker the green, the more nutrients that are in it. And spinach is high in calcium. It's a great addition to things like smoothies that you won't even, if you're afraid to eat green foods, some athletes are a little worried about the taste of green foods, so we can throw them in smoothies where you don't even know they're there.
That's great. Now, what is the importance of keeping our bones strong? Is that something that once we have a problem with bone density that we can correct, or do we need to correct it before we get to that point?
Well, great. A little bit of both. So it's as you said, it's a childhood disease with adulthood implications. So we need to start building our stores as we're children. As we have children, have them build their stores of bone. But as we get older, it's still important so we can still protect our bones through a few things. Having an active lifestyle, like that step team, the more activity we do, the better your bones are going to be. Second is including calcium-rich foods. And third is making sure we have protein and vitamin D in our diet as well.
I was going to say, if you have these athletes come to UVA, and that's who you work with, and they haven't been doing these kind of things, you're going to find out pretty quick that and get them started. Is it ever too late? I know we want to start with kids, but a 19-year-old shows up at college and he's never drunk milk.
Sure, it's never too late. We do have some athletes show up and have a history of bone problems. One of our goals is to make sure our athletes are healthy and can compete, and if they have broken bones, they're going to be on the sideline not being able to compete. So we encourage them to have calcium-rich foods after workouts. We have things like chocolate milk and smoothies available, and at our dining halls we always have green leafy vegetables like spinach available and things like salmon.
And on the other end of the spectrum, it's so important for older people to keep their bones strong because broken hips are one of the biggest problems as we age.
Correct. 1 out of every 2 women will have a broken bone some point in their lifetime. Usually it's the hip, sometimes the wrist, and usually if you have something like a broken bone at that age, it can be debilitating. So we want to do everything in our power to prevent that, and we should start now.